long-term weight control. While they may help us lose weight for a few months or even a year, they almost always fail eventually. In some cases, they actually make matters worse, and like cigarettes and tapeworm eggs, can cause other harms. These misguided ideas and practices, what they are, where they came from, and how they're hindering our quest to lose weight, are what this book is about. Sad stats. According to government surveys, the percentage of Americans trying to lose weight is on the rise, and roughly half of respondents say they've attempted to slim down in the past year. Three-quarters report that they've tried to lose weight at some point in their lives. We're spending big bucks to do so. By the latest estimates, the weight loss industry, which includes diet foods and drinks, commercial weight loss plans, health clubs, diet books, drugs and supplements, bariatric surgery, and medically supervised programs, is now worth more than $60 billion in the United States. As that figure has continued to balloon over the past several decades, so have our waistlines. According to the most recent data, more than 42% of U.S. adults now have obesity, up from 30% in 2000. During that time, the rate of people with severe obesity has nearly doubled, reaching almost 10%. Here are more sobering statistics to chew on. In 1990, no state had an obesity rate over 20%. Today, all 50 do, including those with the nation's leanest populations, such as Colorado and Hawaii. In 1980, the obesity rate among children and adolescents was 5.5%. By 2000, it had risen to 14%. Today, it stands at 19%. More than 70% of American adults are now classified as either overweight or obese. Worldwide, about 2 billion adults are overweight or obese. As if those figures weren't depressing enough, consider the high failure rates for long-term weight loss. Studies show that dieters gain back more than half of lost weight on average within 2 years and 80% of it within 5 years. Overall, 97% of people eventually regain at least some of the weight they've lost. As the joke goes, I try to lose weight, but it keeps finding me. By whatever measure you choose, our efforts to control our weight are a colossal failure. You would think that this fiasco would lead to some kind of reckoning and a reevaluation of what we're doing. Instead, many obesity experts, weight loss gurus, and others who dispense advice just keep pushing the same failed solutions. For example, in a study noting the paradox that more people are continuing to get heavier while attempting to lose weight, the researchers don't question the effectiveness of measures like eating less and exercising more. Instead, they blame us, concluding that many people might not have actually implemented weight loss strategies or have applied a minimal level of effort. In other words, the problem is that we're not trying hard enough. Such an attitude is reminiscent of responses to medical treatment failures in bygone eras. When ineffective measures like bloodletting and mercury didn't work, doctors didn't blame the treatments. Instead, they often doubled down and administered the gruesome remedies even more aggressively. Just as hapless patients did back then, we frequently go along with experts' appeals to stay the course when it comes to our weight. You're biased. So, if there's no solid evidence for many weight control remedies, and we can see that they're not working, why do so many people, including researchers, health experts, and the general public, continue to cling to them? David Allison says one reason is cognitive biases, which are systematic errors in how we think. All people, even the smartest scientists, exhibit these biases, usually without realizing it. They include mere exposure effect. When people are repeatedly exposed to an idea, they're more likely to believe it. So if we hear over and over, for example, that weight control boils down to eating less and exercising more, we tend to accept it as true. The same goes for experts who encounter beliefs that are repeated in scientific papers and forums. Bandwagon effect. Also known as groupthink, this bias makes us more likely to adopt ideas or practices because everyone else seems to be on board. If the prevailing wisdom appears to be that, say, carbs are the main cause of weight gain, people tend to follow the herd and embrace the belief. Allegiance effect. This entails a strong attachment to a particular approach, whether keto,